Welcome to the STARS program, seniors taking active roles in society. And now, here's your host, ANITA FINLEY.
So I'd like to introduce you to someone, Rick JULTAK, and Rick is a partner in the Apple Insurance and Financial Services, which is the leading agency for Florida Blue. Thanks for joining us today.
Oh, no problem.
You know, Rick, I know you were at the expo and you had the most wonderful booth. I mean, it was crowded and mobbed, and it was so terrific. So how long have you all been around doing Apple Insurance?
Apple has been around with Florida Blue. We're going on our 9th year. We're 8 years in. This August we're starting year 9.
Did you ever think you'd do that when you started the company?
Actually, I started it because of Florida Blue. I've been in insurance for 15 years, and when you can't beat the product, you might as well embrace it. Yeah, that's exactly what I did, and we decided to become a brick and mortar one-stop shop rather than working out of the trunks of people's cars. We said let's have a place that we can call home and work out of it.
And I think I said it. I think wasn't it Mark who was on the show before?
Yes, he was.
And I remember telling him that my mother, who lived to be 94, passed away in 2003. But she was I don't know. It wasn't called Florida Blue. It was Blue Cross at the time,
Blue Cross
right?
Blue Shield of Florida.
She was there. I don't think maybe for 40 years. I mean, that was always her company.
That's funny. Yeah. Where was she from originally? Up north?
Yes, but no, lived down here in 1947.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So no, she was from here in the sense, and but she never had a problem with them. She always just had it. She just went to every doctor she needed to do, and so there was never a discussion.
Yeah, that's the reason why they're as big as they are is because of, like you just said, it's network. You know, people want to see who they want to see, and that's been their strong suit all along. It has the largest provider network, so that's been the biggest. That's probably been the biggest strength.
Now I'm going to say something because I don't know if it's true, but I just have it in my mind. The reason that people will go to your agency is because they love apples.
That's a good thing to have in your mind. Hope so. No, the reason why I'll give you an honest answer because it's basically the same answer. But I tell this to my agents because we're a large agency. We have close to 100 agents at this point, and I tell it to all my people that is, insurance is a regulated product. It doesn't matter if they buy it from an agent, if they buy it direct, if they buy it online, if they buy it from a stranger, or they buy it from their sister. It's going to be the same exact price because insurance is regulated. So you take the price out of the equation, and then you go with the product. And Blue Cross is the largest product, so you're not really you don't have to explain the company so much. So if you're selling something or you're looking to buy something and you know the product and you know the price, it's going to be service. And that's the main reason why they come to us is because we really have a full-service agency. Even nowadays, insurance is volatile because prices are going up. With people use the term Obamacare, which is really a law, not a product. But there's so many different options, and it's very overwhelming, and people really don't understand what it is that's changing every day. They can call us and we'll explain it to you. So a lot of times people complain about how expensive insurance is. We'll look at what they have, and typically they're overpaying for a product that they don't need. You know, we'll oftentimes explain that a less expensive product with less bells and whistles is probably better for them because they're paying for stuff that they're never going to use, such as like a maternity for a 55-year-old or a vision plan for somebody that works at a doctor's office, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. And that's very good that you have that kind of an agency. I think people are all searching for someone that they can sit down and talk to about insurance because it is one of the most mystifying products that people buy.
It's confusing and it's and people feel stressed because now not only is it expensive and not only is it confusing, but last couple of years, they're being told they have to have it, otherwise there's going to be a penalty, and that frustrates people because people don't like being told what to do. Number one, and number two, if they feel like they're being strong-armed by the government or by the state or by whatever to have insurance, they really want to make sure they get what they're paying for. So a lot of times we speak to people and they're very frustrated in the beginning, and it's our job to make sure that they're happy. We're a service agency. That's why when we did the Boomer sponsorship, you commented on our booth. We try to stand out because we want people to recognize us, and we want them to feel comfortable with coming to us.
Oh, they did. I mean, they ran to that booth. It was wonderful. It was the first time we actually did something like that, where we had 4 booths together, and you brought all these men and women, and it was...
And some doctors.
Yeah, I know. It was fabulous. They're so glad that people are going to be able to see you again doing that. But I want to go back to this now. So let's say someone comes to you, because I want our listeners to know, no matter what insurance they have now, you can help them.
Absolutely.
Okay. What are you going to say to them? Just take another company. We won't even mention ABC Insurance.
Basically, if somebody has another insurance and they're looking to switch or looking to get information on Blue, there's only 2 reasons for whatever is in their head or whatever their problems are. We break it down to 2 reasons. Number 1, it's too expensive and they're looking to save money. Or number 2, they're looking for better quality. There's people that don't mind paying the money, have the money, that's not the issue, but they feel like they're paying for something and they're not getting anything out of it, whether it is they can't see the doctors they want to see, or they have to wait 3 weeks to see a doctor, or they feel like they're constantly paying extra money at the front desk and don't know why, or it's just too expensive and they can't afford what they have, or they don't want to pay for what they have. So somebody could come to us with any product or with no product, and we'll go over the differences and see if we can find something that's a better fit.
So, in other words, they can be in an insurance policy and you can switch them, but can you do that any time, or is a certain period of time when you can help them?
Open enrollment's coming up, and I think that's what you're referring to. There's a couple of months each year that is considered open enrollment, where anybody could apply for, get, switch policies. This year it's a little shorter than typical. It's typically October through December. This year it's a little shorter, but in that area, that's the time where anybody could do that with no questions. But throughout the rest of the year, there's what's called SEPs, which means special enrollment periods, and we could determine if the people are applicable to switch or to apply for new insurance at that time. A reason could be loss of job. It could be they've moved, different county, different state. It could be they had group insurance and the insurance was canceled. It could be that their income has changed up or down 15%, and it might have moved them to a different bracket. There's a lot of reasons why they can still do it outside the open enrollment period. But for the most part, the majority of people that are changing insurance will do so between mid-October to the end of December.
Well, and then there are people, I think I heard about this before too, that they're just turning 65. They don't have anything yet. But
if you turn 65, that's called aging into Medicare. That's a great comment. Yes. Anytime you turn to 65, no matter when in the calendar year, you're automatically eligible to get a Medicare product. And if you're applying for a Medicare product, there's 3 different options that you have. There are HMOs, there are PPOs or Advantage plans, and there are supplements. And we offer all 3 of those.
And it's all through Florida Blue?
Say it again.
Is it all through Florida Blue?
Yes.
So it's a great company. That's wonderful. That I'm sure that if you're not the top agency with them, you're probably one of the top. So they're happy to have you.
We're in the top. In South Florida, we are the largest. We're the largest from Jupiter down.
Well, that says a lot, but I can understand why. And something you may have left out that people, just thinking about it, that people who let's say they like the product, but they don't like the people that they're dealing with. That becomes very important, you know.
Well, absolutely. That's the relationship. Insurance is unilateral. And I tell this to people also. It's not like you're buying a cell phone. If you pick the wrong plan or the wrong company, you're not locked in for a year or two. Anybody could change, especially during open enrollment, but anybody could typically change their products at any time. So to sell something and to misrepresent a product or to put somebody in something that they're not they're not qualified to have, whether it's too expensive for them or the services that they need aren't going to be there, that doesn't do anybody any good. So we make sure before we put anybody in any product that we're 100% sure that that's what they need.
So you must have a great training program.
We do. We absolutely do.
Yeah, because
all my guys are out right now. I'm here almost by myself because we have just about every one of my reps is getting recertified and retrained. We do that every year before open enrollment. We do we do mandatory and then we do voluntary training courses, so everybody's up to date on everything.
Have you ever done any sensitivity training for them?
Oh, my background is in mediation. I'm a pro advocate of training, sensitivity, communication, conflict resolution. I like all of that.
Good. They need that.
Oh, absolutely.
Many people come from a different field, and they have no idea dealing with the older adults what that's like.
Oh no, absolutely. It's not even time management also, because you have to respect people's time, and a lot of people in this industry seem to work around their schedule. I try to make it obligatory to work around the client's schedule.
Well, let me just tell everybody that's listening, this is Rick JULTAK, Jultak, one of the partners in Apple Insurance. Let me give you a phone number. If any of this applies to you or you just want to talk to someone, call 888-236-8830. That's 888-236-8830, or you can go on the website, which is appleinsurance.com. Appleinsurance.com. So now in your ad, I see something. You have pet insurance.
Oh, yes.
When did you decide to do that? I've never seen insurance companies do pet insurance. I have pet insurance, but not with an insurance company specifically.
It's funny that you pointed that out. I've been in this business, I told you, close to 16 years, I think actually going on 17 years. I've owned Apple for 8, and I've probably been solicited by 50 companies, 50 products, I should say, that offer pet insurance. I have never once been interested in it. I've never once thought I would ever sell it until we came into contact with this company, Healthy Paws, that you guys could buy through us. And this actually was a game changer for me, and they're unique. It almost works like an AFWAC in that you don't have to go to a specific vet network. You don't have to worry about taking your pet somewhere and asking if they take it. It doesn't work like that. It basically reimburses you. It's a reimbursement plan, and a lot of doctors do have contracted rates, but if not, you're still reimbursed anyway. It's a nationwide network. I like how this is structured. It's structured more like a property insurance versus a health insurance, which makes it easy to use and very, very, very much less expensive than if it would be qualified as a health product.
Healthy Paws, huh?
Yep.
Well,
Appleinsurance.com is where you get that.
Okay. And do you have a pet?
I have 4 dogs,
Well,
3 of which are rescues.
Oh, that's fabulous. Well, I have 1 rescue, but I have to just
wonderful.
tell you that now you can appreciate why that's so important.
Oh, absolutely. And like I said, I've never sold a pet product until this one because it happens to be a good product. And when people go online, they'll see why. They explain it very easily. It takes about 2 minutes for the application. It's done online, and the prices, there's no hidden costs. The prices are right in front of you.
Well, that was great. When I saw that, I said, pet insurance. Well, see, that was cute, too, and the dog and the cat there. But you know what's funny? When I've asked friends, Rick, they say, "Oh, it's expensive. I'm not going to get it." And then when real serious things happen, sure, it's not for the $100 when you go to the vet. It's for those $3,000 and $4,000 when
it's for the tumor.
That's right.
It's for the surgery or the teeth.
Exactly.
Yes. Yep. Absolutely.
And so you're right, because what that adds up, they could be paying for 10 years. You know, it's
one of the hardest decisions people have, and there's no pre-existing in this, by the way. So if somebody thinks there's something wrong with their dog, they still can get it, and it's literally under $30 a month. I want to say it's like, depending on the age of the dog, it's as low as like $18, $19, and then there's discounts for multiple pets. But the truth of the matter is that the hardest decision somebody has to make, especially somebody on a budget, is knowing that their pet's sick, and they have to decide if they want to operate or not. And
I've heard
a tough
that.
decision.
I've heard that. They say,
you can't fault somebody for going either way on that decision.
No, I do. I really understand what you said. And then this is a great conversation. So, okay, well, let's get back to the regular insurance.
Sure.
When you, I know in your advertising, you talk that you not only have, we've been talking about health insurance, but you also have long-term health care insurance and disability insurance.
Yes.
So what about those? Long-term care? I mean, those are actually for the older, I know it should be for younger people. They should get it now, and then it's less expensive, right?
100%. The long-term care, Blue Cross used to have a product. They don't anymore. So long-term care, life, disability, those products, we go through the open market. We typically find the best products for the best person. But as long-term care, you hit it on the nose. I mean, have you ever sold insurance?
No.
Okay, you seem like
real estate. No, well,
okay, well, you get it.
Yeah, I do get it. No, but I'm a gerontologist, and so I've been living with this. I got our first long-term health care insurance in 1996.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, you're 100% right. There's no well, I don't tell people in their 20s and 30s to go out and get it, or even their 40s. But to start looking at it, late 40s, early 50s, it's not like if you don't have it and you get it later, you save money for not having it. There is such a price discrepancy between a 52-year-old getting it and a 70-year-old getting it. You could get health insurance at long-term care, saying that you're healthy and saying that you qualify. You'll be paying one rate at 70, and if you get it at 55 years old, by the time you're 80, you'll have saved more money paying it at 55 than in the 10 years from 70 to 80. I mean, a 50-something-year-old person might be paying $130, $140, $150 a month, whereas that same product might be $300, $400 a month as you get older.
Yeah, you're right. And I'm curious, do a lot of the large corporations offer that to their employees?
Long-term care, we find that they don't.
Not too
bad. They do offer disability and some others, but long-term care is one of those things they don't. And people oftentimes are under the misconception with long-term care that if I end up in, my parents went to a nursing home, so am I, or that they have 3-4 children they're going to live with their kids. Long-term care is not about where you're living. Long-term care is about getting around and going to the bathroom and taking a shower. People don't understand that. They think, oh, my daughters will take care of me. They might take care of you, but you want them, you want them wiping your butt? No,
you're absolutely right. People don't. People have no idea, and they might spend $5,000 on a cruise where they could take that $5,000 and it would make a lot of payments on a.
Somebody in their 50s, $5,000, they could pretty much get a paid-up policy where they probably have a couple payments and then they're done for the rest of their lives. And if something happened that they ended up in an assisted living versus a long-term care or a nursing home or even a hospital or something tragic, that long-term care policy will pay for private nurses as well. So it doesn't matter that it lets you be at home to recover or it lets you be at home to be comfortable. But if situations arise that's not possible, you're still able to you'll get private nursing at a facility, or if you don't use it at all, it's transferable to a spouse, or in a lot of products that we have nowadays, the money would be paid off almost like a life insurance policy back to the kids.
Yeah, I was just going to say that I know that I have heard that there are life insurance policies now which are also long-term health care policies.
Yes. There are we call them life insurance with a long-term care chassis, meaning that you're driving it like a life insurance policy, but the body's made up of long-term care. And there's a lot of good benefits. There's a couple products out that are very good and very minimal health care requirements, which is important for people.
I think your parents should be very proud of you.
Well, thank you.
I've been thinking about how you
have long-term care.
I'm sure they do. That's right. And no, it's really it's so important. And for a lot of us who go to the hospitals and we go to the nursing homes and we go to the all the facilities,
right?
The people that have it live differently.
Absolutely. I mean, if this is a Boca crowd, I'm not sure, but you could go to Bagel Works or any bagel restaurant during the week or on the weekend, and you'll see a lot of nurses, private nurses, eating there with their clients. That's a long-term care policy paying for that. That's not Uber.
No, that's not Uber. Yeah, but they'll use Uber to go somewhere.
Oh, absolutely, with the nurse.
Right, with the nurse. No,
absolutely.
It is great. So the number, let me give that out again. I think people who are listening to this are going to make this call because you have a great infectious personality, and I think people will feel a lot of confidence. And your company, you said, you've been around for 8 years with Apple?
Yeah, it's Apple Insurance. We're a brick and mortar. We actually have agencies. My office on Cypress Creek Road. We're in Fort Lauderdale. We have offices in Palm Beach and over in Naples. The local number is 954-580-8100, www.appleinsurance.com. And then you have that 800 number if you want to give that out, because your voice is better than mine.
No, it isn't, but I'll do it anyway. 888-236-8830. Again, 888-236-8830. And what's nice about it, just remember, this is Apple Insurance and Financial Services, but they are the leading agency for Florida Blue. That says a lot. That doesn't come casually, folks. I know that I'm sure that Rick and Mark have had to really work a lot of hours and days and nights to make that happen.
Absolutely. We're Apple Insurance. We're a Florida Blue agency. When you come in and visit us, you'll see that our office, it's like you're walking into a Florida Blue agency. Florida Blue doesn't have sales agents. They have agencies such as ours. I think in the state of Florida, there's like over 300 general agencies such as mine with 1,100 offices, and we are in the top 5.
That's fabulous.
And the top 4 are call centers, so we're your largest brick and mortar. How's that? That's really, I think people like that. This age, they may not do it, and I'm sure that your people will go to their homes too. Mm-hmm, absolutely, we travel.
Yeah, you really, because a lot of people like that, and then you have to have a lot of cookies there and all, but but they they feel comfortable, and they all sit probably at the kitchen table. Yep. The kitchen table, that's where it all happens, right?
You're very accurate.
But I wanted to ask you, though, another thing.
Sure.
What about the insurance that, when you say Medicaid, do you sell Medicaid insurance, or is that just something that happens if you can't afford?
That's an interesting question, because this year there's a product called a SNP. This is the first year Blue Cross is offering a Medicare product, which we've never been able to sell before. That was always designated to some of the other agencies out there. But what you're asking is Medicaid, for everybody that's confused, is determined by income. That's where the aid comes in, income. Medicare is determined by age. So notwithstanding income, as you turn 65, you're on Medicare. If you're on disability, you're under 65, you're entitled to Medicare. Medicaid, you're eligible. It doesn't matter if you're 1 to 100. It doesn't matter. It's determined by your income or ability to pay. In order to be eligible for Medicaid, you have to do that through the state or Social Security. You have to go to a state office or a federal office. my agents can help them with that on the Medicare side, because we do have a dual eligible enrollment right now. We were never able to say that before. But for people eligible for Medicaid, they typically would have to take care of that through a Social Security office or a state or federal office, and then come see us with their Medicaid card. But we can assist those on Medicaid that are Medicare eligible. How was that for a tongue twister?
No, that's very good. Now, this has nothing to do with you probably, but looking at all the terrible stuff having, all the weather in Houston and that whole area, people who bought flood insurance, I know you don't sell flood insurance because you sell health insurance,
right?
But can you imagine what that's going to be? I was just thinking about it.
Who I feel horrible. Imagine you just bought a home. Imagine it's your first home. You just closed on it. You hadn't moved in yet, and this happens. I mean, my heart goes out to those people because I understand that. I mean, homeowner. Oh God! And imagine if you canceled your flood insurance because you wanted to save literally $20 a month.
Can you imagine?
I always tell people that's actually a good point. When people ask me the difference between policies, and I'll tell them, if it makes a difference in keeping your water on or your cable bill, take the lesser. But if you're asking me because you want to get a nice bottle of wine once a month, take the better.
Well, thank you so much, Rick. It's been a wonderful interview. I really appreciate you taking the time, and
Anytime.
look forward to seeing you soon again.
Absolutely.
All right. Bye, Rick.